Okay, I want to start off by saying this is definitely outside of the realm of my usual content. But this is something I think is very important, and I just feel the need to speak on this, as I'm a part of this community, one way or another. I would hope everyone watches this video until the end, and doesn't leave, because this is an extremely important topic to me, and I think to the community as well. This video is about abuse, and more specifically, abuse that is currently happening in the scene that I am in, the Australian and New Zealand competitive CSGO scene, mainly focusing on one individual and the largest company in the scene, Let's Play Live, or better known as LPL. The person in question is Iverson. Iverson has a long history of abuse and harassment towards people. I personally have a history with him regarding this as well, but it has recently come to the attention of the community that he has also been engaging in incredibly creepy behavior towards girls in this scene as well. There was a leaked screenshot of him sharing his computer, showing him having a list of upwards of 20 to 30 girls' names who are in the scene alongside folders labeled pics and vids. A lot of these girls are of age, and some do have OnlyFans, but I want to preface that that doesn't excuse the behavior he is committing at all. Just that it's not necessarily illegal. The part where this gets a little bit dicier is the fact that amongst these names are girls whom of which are underage, with the exact same categories listed underneath as well. I do not have permission, and I haven't asked for permission to share the girls' names, and because I don't know any of them personally, I will be blurring out their names and using abbreviations for some of their stories. Among the underage girls, one of them has come forward with context to this as well. Her name is V for this story. She has spoken about how, and I quote, "He didn't just add me to his folder of females, he screenshotted snaps in a way that didn't notify me. He saved the photos. I had no idea he had any photos saved until he blackmailed me with them." I will start some speculation that I think is fair around this, as I can't think of why someone would secretly save a photo of someone on Snapchat, unless they were nudes or equally explicit photos. I can only assume that's what they were. This also seems corroborated by the fact that the girl said she was blackmailed with these. This seems like the most likely case to me. This means he is potentially storing illegal content of underage girls, or child porn, and on top of this, seems to be emotionally and mentally manipulating and abusing girls with this as well. I want to also take a moment to talk about how some people's defenses of his actions. Some have said this is a tiny bit weird, that he has these photos saved in this way, but it is more than likely it is just an OnlyFans dump from the underage girls. This could be the case, but I do not want that to minimize anything that is happening here. As someone who is friends with quite a few people that work in the industry, I can say with reasonable confidence that behavior like this is in the realm similar to the behavior girls have to deal with that makes them extremely uncomfortable and feel unsafe, as it is not rare that in the slightest that girls who have OnlyFans or who are strippers or do anything of that nature constantly have to worry about stalkers and people who devalue their privacy and boundaries. And this behavior is clearly pushing past some of those boundaries. If it wasn't apparent already, even some of these girls have responded to the post with how fucked up they feel this is. This leads me to my history regarding Iverson as well, as this isn't just a few one-off instances of him being sketchy with his conduct. Now, I am unaware of anyone else having to deal with this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were. But I had to deal with Iverson constantly sending me death threats and harassing me. I had to deal with this while LPL, the company that prides itself on being responsible for the acts members of the community do to other people, stood by and protected him. Iverson has sent me death threats and harassed me multiple times throughout the past year or so. I catalogued these events, sent them to LPL, as they say they have a zero tolerance policy for death threats. It is even outlined under their rules how serious this is and what type of punishment one should receive. For example, violation, threats and assault. Any LPL member found to be intimidating, blackmailing, assaulting, or threatening another LPL member, physically, verbally, or online, will be subject to an immediate perma-ban. Some of these instances may be reported to the authorities as well. I believe that they would be able to help me in my scenario and punish him. What I got in return was them listening to him, banning me off his report on me in the league without extra evidence, and for them to warn him, tell him who sent in the report, and coddle him. That seems quite different to the rule book. LPL is complicit in all abuse Iverson has done and will probably continue to do because they have tried their absolute hardest to not ban him and to not punish him for the clear abuse he has committed on the community. I want everyone to know here, I'm not writing this before I tried through every channel I could possibly do to get this person banned through LPL. I've sent him many support tickets providing proof of Iverson doing these things. I've been blocked by Tham for messaging him once a month about this without insults. I did not insult him as much as he might claim I have. And I have spoken and made Jaws, Tham, and Ezra, who is the lead administrator for LPL, complete their own investigations on this person. Every time, they still won't do anything. So I'm doing this as my last-ditch effort to make sure they do the right thing. And that is for me to tell everyone and spread awareness about this issue. Because to me, this is extremely disgusting behavior and is repeated behavior, to which they are doing nothing about. Thank you for listening.